Hello.
And to you, good day.
First
Speak
I want
up
to
and be
say,
bold.
Okay. I want to thank you first for bringing so much grace, beauty, and wisdom into my daughter's life,
Oh,
her
all right.
partner, and consequently on mine, because she's introduced me to all of your wonderful teachings.
All right.
So-
But they are all your teachings as well. We simply remind you of what you have forgotten.
Thank you for that. My question is, I'm being drawn to possibly move to another state.
Where?
Colorado.
Oh, all right. Why?
The environment, the air environment.
This is
here.
what excites you?
It does excite me.
All right. So how come you're not there already?
Well, I have commitments here that actually what I'm doing now is going to enable me to move there
Oh, all right. If you say so. When?
within a year and a half.
1 year and 1.5.
Yes.
Would you prefer to move sooner?
I would.
Then move sooner.
Okay.
What are the ideas that you believe are holding you back from acting on your highest joy?
Well, I have started teaching something at the church that I belong to, Unity.
Yes.
And it is definitely.
Do they have no counterpart of that in Colorado?
Well, I don't. It's new. I have created it. So,
Yes. So you can't create it in Colorado?
I can, but I am.
Then that's not an obstacle, is it?
No, I'm getting a base here. I'm starting it here, and
A
so
base.
yeah, because it's new, and so
Yes.
taking it to another Unity, taking it around like you do. I mean, really,
Yes.
honestly,
Well, why not
traveling
start
around?
in Colorado if that's where you prefer to be? Why are you forming a base in some place you don't prefer?
Well, I've already began it, so I
So
can't.
what?
Well, I have people counting on me. I have
In what way?
obligations, commitments, because I'm teaching, so I can't
Yes.
just step out. It's about loyalty and
Can
dedication.
you do both?
I might. Yeah,
You might?
that is an option. Yes,
It is.
absolutely, it is.
Then if that's an option, why aren't you doing both?
Well, thank you.
Did I have to remind you of that?
Sometimes we need help. Yes.
Yes, I know.
Thank you.
So, what we are saying is, when we talk about the idea of acting on your excitement, act on it to the best of your ability.
Right.
Whatever
Don't
it
hold
is you
back.
have set up for yourself, make sure you understand that you may have set up something that you actually can take advantage of, but are not.
Okay.
So examine all the things you actually do have available to you when you talk about your excitement and act on it to the best of your ability. You've just revealed to yourself and to everyone in the room with you and to us that you actually do have the ability to be in Colorado and be where you are by going back and forth doing both simultaneously. So why not do at least that version until you establish enough of a base in Colorado for you to then make whatever decisions you wish to make?
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
You don't have to. We're not telling you to.
It's,
But we're examining with you whether or not you believe that you are capable of doing that and whether that might be more representative of your excitement than what you're choosing to do.
I am completely and totally, absolutely capable. Yes.
All right, then you can start acting on that. Now, you do remember the entire formula of acting on your excitement, yes?
Yes.
Because we know many of you forget the last half of the formula. Oh, yes, act on my excitement. Oh, yes, 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 yes. How come this didn't happen? I was acting on my excitement. How come that didn't come to fruition? I was acting on my excitement. What went wrong? What went wrong, so to speak, is that you forgot the second half of the formula of acting on your excitement. Act on your highest excitement every moment that you possibly can to the best of your ability, taking it as far as you can until you can take it no further. Then act on the next most exciting thing, taking it as far as you can to the best of your ability. And you act on your highest excitement every moment that you can with absolutely zero assumption, expectation, or insistence on what the outcome should be. That's the formula. Because you never know exactly why you're being attracted by the thing that excites you. It may not be for the purpose of that particular presentation coming to fruition.
All right.
It may have just been to get you in a place you need to be so that what actually needs to happen can more easily happen. So never assume you know where your excitement will lead you, because the physical mind does not have the ability to know how something is actually going to happen. Only the higher mind knows how something is going to happen. The physical mind is only designed to know what is happening right now. What is it experiencing right now? And that's why it's so important to stay in the present. Because if you don't stay in the present, your physical mind is not being given the opportunity to function as it was designed to. So when you allow the higher mind to show you what needs to manifest to be representative of the state of excitement that you are in, then you will be allowing your life to unfold in the most synchronous way possible, and you will see that the manifestations that come, even if they are not necessarily what you thought they ought to be, will actually serve you as stepping stones toward greater and greater and greater expressions of your joy and excitement. Do you understand this formula? It's just physics.
Yes, and it's part of the game of chess.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Does this help you?
Oh, it helped me, and thank you so much.
You are so welcome.
Okay.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I've tried for weeks to
You have what? You've tried for weeks to try?
to formulate my question
Yes.
in a lighthearted way, or because the nature of my question is, I
Is
guess
what?
for me, it's negative.
You are giving it a negative connotation then. Why?
Mainly because I feel it.
So, just because you feel something doesn't mean that you can't use the feeling to get in touch with the belief that's generating the feeling. You understand that you can't have a feeling about something unless you already believe something to be true? Did you know that?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Well, then if you know that, then the idea of feeling something a certain way gives you an opportunity to recognize that the feeling is telling you that you have a belief that is generating that particular feeling. Therefore, if you have a feeling you don't prefer, don't hide it. By all means, own it, acknowledge it, accept it as yours, and at the same time use it and trace it back to what you would have to believe to be true about your relationship to something in life in order for the belief to generate that particular kind of feeling that you don't prefer. And just because you don't prefer a particular state of being doesn't mean you have to give it a negative connotation. You can simply objectively observe that it simply isn't representative of your vibrational preference without invalidating it. Make sense?
Yes.
But,
Well, let me just get to the heart of the question.
oh please,
Is there such a thing as negative spirits attaching themselves to somebody?
no. There is, however, the effect as if there is. There is, however, the experience as if there is. But mechanically speaking, that's not possible. What's actually happening with all those kinds of ideas, things you call negative being attachment, or what you call possession, or all of those concepts, this is actually what's mechanically happening. You, for whatever reason, are buying into a belief system that allows your energy frequency to match the energy vibration of beings such as you have described, and thus then you are creating out of your own energy a mirroring of their energy and a mirroring of the behavior they would have were they in your position. But you can at any time change your frequency and make yourself invisible to that reality.
How do I do that?
By acting on your highest joy, by having belief systems that you know are beliefs you prefer instead of holding on to beliefs you don't prefer. Because you see, you are creating your physical reality experience with what you believe to be true, what you define as most likely, most probable, most true. Whatever belief you buy into will be the reality you experience. But you can change that. If you know you can change your beliefs, you can also examine what beliefs you would prefer to have and know that when you decide that there's a belief you would prefer as opposed to the other one, that that belief will also be just as true and give you the same kind of experiences that are relevant to that belief as the other belief gave you. Because it's up to you to decide what beliefs are true for you at any given moment, and that determines the reality you experience. Does that make sense to you?
It does.
I'm not done.
Okay.
Just want to check in to make sure you're following along.
Yes.
All right. So the idea is to ask yourself, if I am having what you would typically call a negative experience, a negative feeling, you understand that that means you're holding on to a negative belief, a belief that, negatively speaking, is out of alignment with your true vibration, your preferred self. That's really, in a sense, all a negative belief is. It's mechanically segregative, separative, disconnective. That's all we mean by negative. It's not a value judgment. It's a mechanical description of the energy. A positive belief is integrative. You understand? Expanding in a unifying way. A negative belief is segregative, disconnecting in a discordant way. These are just the mechanical descriptions. So if you're having this negative so-called experience, it just means you're holding on to a belief that's out of alignment with your true vibration, which is always going to be a vibration of unconditional love and joy. That's your natural state. The idea, therefore, is when you have these kinds of emotional experiences that you don't prefer, to ask, what would I have to believe is true about myself in relation to this situation, that situation, or life in general, or this person, or what have you? What would I have to believe is true in order to feel what I'm feeling? And then you can begin to explore what that definition would have to be. But you have to be willing to explore it, not afraid to explore it. I guarantee you that if you explore those things, none of those negative ideas about yourself will actually ever truly be discovered to be true. They will always be false. Because you are created in the image of creation. You are unconditionally supported in unconditional existence forever. The very fact that you exist proves that to you, because if you exist, all that is, and creation must have known you had to exist, or it wouldn't be all that it could be. So you're important to creation, or you wouldn't exist, because creation doesn't make mistakes. Did you hear that?
Yes, and I do know that. And I have immersed myself in that reality and just,
But
it
yes.
doesn't, like, I need to be there like 24/7, and
Well, then be there 24/7.
I have been.
And so, in the times when you are not, why do you choose not to be? And don't say you don't choose it, because you do.
It's usually in my dream
Yes.
state,
Yes.
which is where I am woken up and I
Yes.
perceive
Yes.
there's somebody there.
That's all right. That happens to a lot of you. It's a common thing. But again, I understand that you may feel that fears are triggered, but understand the only thing that you're actually feeling are your own fears, your own negative belief, being amplified by being in the presence of other dimensional beings. See, this is one of the reasons, in a sense, why we simply don't land en masse on your planet. We exist. We exist in a different vibrational frequency that is many times higher than the frequency in which you operate normally. So the idea is that if we were to suddenly present ourselves at full frequency to you, it would actually force all the things that you are forcing down to the surface. You would break all the compartments in your consciousness, and all those ideas, all those fears would come flooding in all at once, and you would go into psychosis. So we keep our distance until such time as you strengthen yourself and bolster yourself with your own positive beliefs, so that you become more equal to us, and thus then will not experience such a shock in the presence of a very different frequency. But from time to time, because of your own agreements, even though you may not remember them, you will come in contact with other beings from other dimensions that you have made agreements to do certain things with. And in those moments, because you're so used to the idea of the vibration of physical reality and the compartmentalization of consciousness that goes along with it, in those moments, all those walls, all those barriers may break down, and you may be forced to face some of the fears you may not be ready to integrate. But it's all right, because if that's happening to you, it does mean you actually are ready. It's just that you may not believe you are consciously. If you can get in touch with the idea that you're consciously ready to face those fears and integrate them within yourself into a higher version of your excitement, then you will begin to welcome those experiences. And in welcoming those experiences, you will ensure that no matter, regardless of what anyone else's intention toward you may be in those or any experiences, you will ensure that the only effect those experiences will have in your life will be a positive one by defining it as a positive experience for yourself, no matter what anyone else's intention may be. Do you understand how this works? You see, this is what we were first describing and why you asked the question if negative spirits can attach themselves to you. Because the idea is that everyone is their own energy. And the only way you can experience anything else is by agreeing to match that frequency. If you no longer agree to match the frequency of fear, then you will no longer experience the effects of fear in your life. Even if someone else actually has a negative intention toward you, you will become invisible to that frequency. You'll become transparent to that frequency by changing your frequency to something that is more representative of the reality you prefer. And therefore, you will no longer feel any effects of that negative nature because you simply will not be agreeing to mirror or match those vibrations. Even though you may still be capable of neutrally observing them, it doesn't mean you have to take that energy on if you simply don't agree that that's your preferred reality. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, and I have to do a lot of practicing.
Well, if you say so. You could change in the blink of an eye. It's up to you. The fact that you say you have to do a lot of practicing is a belief.
True.
Because remember, every change is actually instantaneous and total. But you can create the illusion that change is small and slow. But every single time you change anything, you're actually changing everything. It's just that you're changing everything to look like such a similar version of the last thing that you barely think anything has changed, when in fact the entire universe has changed. So when you begin to see yourself and change in a different way and know that you are literally a completely different person every single time you change anything, then you can decide to define who you are as that person, and whatever definition you decide is true for you will be the way you experience your reality. Even if you can still observe others doing something you don't prefer, doesn't mean that they have to have any effect on you whatsoever if you don't choose to be affected. Make sense?
Okay, yes.
Does this help you?
It does.
And?
It validates what I had thought of initially.
But didn't quite believe in? Yes?
I
Yes?
guess just not the part of where
Yes.
I just,
What part? Come. What part?
just being, just rejecting it, because
It's not about rejection.
not rejecting, but knowing and being my
Yes.
highest self all the
Yes.
time.
Will allow you to experience anything and everything in your life in the most positive way possible. So why would you care what happens if you know that the only effect it's going to have on your life is a positive one? You see? You get to the point where, and I don't mean this in a negative way, you don't care what happens. It doesn't matter what happens, because you know that anything that happens and everything that happens will only have a positive effect in your life. Why? Because that's what you choose. Period. There is no one to contradict you. No one in existence can contradict what you say is true for you.
Thank you.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
That's the power you have of creation. Understand, and again, I don't mean this in a negative way, although we understand it sounds a little funny in your language. The greatest gift you have all been given is that life is fundamentally meaningless. It doesn't have built-in automatic meaning. You were created, you were designed to give meaning to life. So the meaning you give it is the effect you get from it. Without you putting any kind of meaning into it, there will be absolutely no automatic meaning at all. It just remains a neutral prop, a neutral experience, a neutral environment. But the second, the instant, you give it a meaning, consciously or unconsciously, positive or negative, that's exactly what gets reflected, because it's just a mirror. It's a neutral mirror. So if you're looking at a mirror and you see your reflection, and you look at your face in the mirror and you see that you're frowning or you're sad or afraid, you know you don't go over to the mirror and try to change the reflection in the mirror to a smile. It doesn't work that way. There's nothing there. All the light is bouncing back to you. But you know that if you decide to smile no matter what, the reflection has no choice but to smile back. It doesn't have a mind of its own.
Thank you.
Does that help you?
Yes, it does.
Then I will leave you with this. Pleasant dreams. And thank you for being bold enough to share your experience.
Hello, Bashar.
And a you good day.
Thank you so much for always information. It helps me a lot.
All right, thank you for making the information your own so that you can help yourself.
Okay, I have a question. Do you know about tachyon energy? in
Yes,
the
we
universe?
understand. Many of the people on your planet that think they're using tachyon energy are not really doing it in a way that makes much difference. The technology to tap into the idea of tachyon energy is quite different than what many people on your planet are doing. Now, it doesn't mean you can't access tachyon energy yourself. So what they're really doing is simply creating a permission slip that allows you personally, on a biological level, to open up to using tachyon energy more efficiently. But the devices themselves are not really a technology that takes advantage of processing tachyon energy. They're permission slips that gives you more permission to use the tachyon energy yourself.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes.
And I saw the picture. It calls light mandala, and that's a machine using crystal and light.
Yes.
And put some patterns on the skin.
Again, this is another permission slip.
Right.
You understand this concept, yes?
Yes, I understand that.
So use whatever permission slip you believe works for
Okay.
you.
Thank you so
It's as
much.
simple as that.
Right. Okay. And yesterday,
Yes.
one of my best friend
Yes.
passed away.
Oh, all right.
Right after that,
Yes.
I felt like he chose to leave this earth, and then
Yes.
he's still enjoying his journey, even though he passed away.
Well, of course he is enjoying his journey.
Right.
And the timing of these things is usually because then it turns your attention toward the spirit world to pull you along up the ladder to increase your vibration because you wish to reach out to that person. So it expands your senses and you can learn to still communicate with them. Just because they're in spirit doesn't mean they're not still part of your life. It doesn't mean you can't learn to communicate with them. So now your attention is turned toward the idea of the spirit realm, and you can allow yourself to let that energy into your system so that you can become more sensitive to communications from your friend and from the spirit level.
Okay.
This is often why people will die at certain times to bring your attention forward into the spirit world because it helps you. It helps you on your journey.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Okay. And then
Yes?
I am dancer.
Yes?
I've been working many years as a dancer.
Is this your excitement? Or at
Yes.
least one expression of it? Yes? This is one expression of your excitement?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. And I'm following my passion.
Yes. And so?
And so many synchronicity happens.
Yes, of course. That's what happens when you follow your passion.
Yes.
Synchronicity increases.
Yes. And
Yes.
I just want to share my experience. Like
Yes.
before, I couldn't imagine I can eat and live and
Yes.
being dancing, being
But
artist.
now
and
you
doing-
can.
Yes.
Yes. Well, thank you.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Thank you so much. It is important to understand that being yourself works. The most difficult thing you can possibly do in your life is try to be someone you're not. So stop resisting who you are. Let life work. Allow it to work. Isn't that right, Nania?
How did you know?
What do you mean, how did I know? I know because I let life work.
Oh, that's a little spooky.
Oh, spooky Bashar. All right. Well, it is approaching your Halloween. So time to be a little bit spooky.
Well,
Ooh,
I have to admit, sometimes I'm haunted by you.
aliens. Oh, wait. Alien ghosts. Even spookier.
You're so funny.
Oh, wait. Funny alien ghosts. All right, not so spooky.
Yeah, spooky funny.
Oh, all right. More spoofy.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
So we have some Ustream questions.
Yes.
How do I stay calm during a contact experience? Yikes.
When you are in the proper state, calmness will be automatic. It'll be part of the experience because you will be ready, truly ready. So it's built in.
So how about all the people that get like freaked out and they run away?
They're not ready.
Oh, I see. So there's nothing you can do to stay calm? I mean,
Yes, be in the proper state. And you already all know how to get into the proper state.
go to Arizona?
Like father, like daughter. Now who's being spoofy? And by the way,
Yes.
yes. That's one of the states because that's the state our ship is above.
That's right. In fact, somebody wanted to know how many miles above are you these days?
853. You want me to go back up?
Well, that's a good sign, isn't it?
If you say so.
Yes, it's a good sign.
Thank you.
Let's just see what else we have here. Do your people breathe in the same way that we do?
Sort of. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Although we take in more oxygen and accelerate the energy in the oxygen in a very different way than you do. It creates a much stronger electromagnetic field around our bodies. And the electromagnetic field is partly how we breathe. You too, but you don't know that yet.
Would your physiology seem really alien to us?
It would seem a bit unusual. Because remember, we do not eat, we do not sleep. Therefore, we don't really have the same internal configurations anymore that we used to. Therefore, we are evolving, as we say, into quasi-physical beings who don't necessarily express many of the same physiological functions and therefore have no need to experience the idea of the way you experience your bodies. We used to, but no longer.
But some of the others, like the Yael, their bodies would be more physiologically similar to ours, or
Some of them, not all of them.
the hybrids?
The hybrid children certainly will be more similar to you.
Okay.
Hence their ability to live among you more easily.
Someone else wanted to know, do the hybrid children cry?
Some have been known to.
So unlike your species, they actually can feel sadness.
Yes.
And
Yes,
so
yes.
does that mean like all their markers aren't turned on then?
In a sense, but you must understand they have slightly different markers. They are still a different species. And they process things in a slightly different way. And the reasons they may cry are not necessarily aligned with all the same reasons in which you may cry.
That's right, because when your children never cry, right?
No.
But the physiological release
Yes.
is a positive behavior, wouldn't you say? Or
Within
is
the
it
hybrid children, yes, but it's unnecessary
for
within
yours?
ours.
Okay, so for them, like we also cry when we laugh really hard too.
Yes.
So it's very potent part of our physiological
Yes,
change.
but we experience it differently. Again, it has to do with vibrations in our electromagnetic field.
Yeah, I mean, but as far as like the hybrid children.
Well, a little bit, yes, but they're
Okay.
more like you.
So,
They will still have expressions you will recognize as human emotions to some degree.
oh, well, they seem more muted than ours or more
Depends.
neutral.
It depends. It depends.
Okay.
It depends.
Okay.
It depends.
All right, well, we'll just keep on moving along here.
Yes.
How many civilizations live in our universe and
in the
our
universe?
I just read the questions.
We are aware. We are aware. Now, this doesn't mean we've met them all. We are aware through communications of approximately 65 million civilizations. Now, this encompasses many different galaxies and many different communications with many different species who themselves may or may not have met some of these other civilizations. So that is what we are aware of at this moment. Of course, there are obviously many, 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 many more.
Yeah, it's kind of like the ocean. It's just filled with life, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And of course, it also depends on what you mean by a civilization, because there are many interpretations of that idea. But we have given you a number that is at least representative of something that is close to what you would also somewhat recognize as a civilization of sorts. So that number represents something that you would be somewhat familiar with or capable of recognizing as such. There are many, many quote-unquote civilizations you wouldn't even recognize as civilizations.
It's quite a universe.
And it's not the only universe. There is a
Right,
multiverse.
there's a multiverse, yeah. Like, there's a lot of
So,
stuff.
The true answer, in a sense, therefore, would be actually there are an infinite number
Right.
of civilizations. But that wouldn't necessarily give you a practical understanding of what might be local, so to speak.
So another person wanted to know, will you and your team be part of the first contact crew to come?
No. The Sasani people will be the third hybrid civilization you will meet, not the first. The Yael are the first hybrid civilization, which doesn't mean they're the first civilization, just the first hybrid civilization to make open contact with you, but we will be the third.
And then on another topic, someone asked, is the chance of a female president still 88%?
Give or take. Yes, give or take.
Okay. And probably lastly,
Yes.
where does writer's block come from and how can a person overcome it?
Writer's block comes from inflexibility with what's happening and assumption and expectation of what needs to happen instead of exploring why the writer's block is there. Because it isn't really a block, it's an arrow pointing in an unexpected direction. And if nothing else, if you experience what you call writer's block, write about the writer's block and then you won't be blocked.
That's very clever.
We have been known to be so from time to time.
Yes, you have.
Is it time for your break and your holotope?
Well, could someone tell me what time it is right now? Oh, so actually, we have about 20 minutes left. If
no,
you're
you
up
have
for
about
it.
15.
Okay, so how many names would you like me to pull?
You may pull one at the moment.
All right. Maria Turnout.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Thank you.
Making sure you're all awake.
Um,
Good morning.
a couple of years ago now, it was an extraordinary night. It was just so beautiful. I was enjoying myself immensely. I'm driving over the hill down into the valley here in California, top down, and I look up. and
Your
there's
top was down?
My top, my convertible.
You said you were enjoying yourself immensely.
My convertible.
Oh, all right.
And I look up.
You have a
and-
convertible top. What does it change into?
A convertible car.
Oh, all right.
Yes. I look up.
Yes.
And there's two massive globes in the sky. And I'm saying to my friend that was sitting beside me, look, look, look. And nobody seemed to see it. And I'm looking up, and they're zipping up and down and around. And,
Yes.
and then as I'm saying, look, shoom, they shoot straight up and disappear.
Yes.
And about,
This is quite common.
and but that week I became very almost ill, and I very seldom become
Yes.
ill.
Because you were processing higher level energies and weren't used to that yet. You had to stretch to accommodate them and get used to that frequency. There was some resistance just because of the way that you're used to thinking of these things. You just had to let go of the old paradigm, that's all. It helped stretch you out.
Okay. And in helping me stretch out, how did that change me?
It opened up new paths for you to expand your senses and act more in alignment with your true frequency.
Okay.
And so, what are you doing with that experience?
A whole lot more research.
Into?
Higher dimensions, I guess.
All right.
Becoming
so,
more.
Is that fun?
Oh, it's tons of fun.
All right. So it inspired you,
Yes,
yes,
very much.
to go more deeply into that subject, yes?
Yes.
Well, that's exactly what happened for the channel. So look where you could wind up.
So you
Maybe,
said-
maybe not.
Because energy runs both ways.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes. It's hyperconductive, not just superconductive. Goes in a multitude of directions simultaneously.
Okay. So when I see them again,
If you do,
I did a couple of
Yes.
weeks later.
when you saw them again.
When I saw them again,
Yes.
I was lying under a tree looking up
Oh,
at a
what
meditation
lies were you
retreat.
telling?
I was enjoying myself lying in the grass underneath
Oh,
the
there
tree.
she goes enjoying herself immensely.
I do. And I look up, and the two of them zipped across the sky again.
Yes.
And it was, I had just been meditating.
Yes. So?
So is that confirmation?
Well, again, the idea is that you allowed your frequency to allow your senses to perceive what to most people are invisible because you're expanding your senses. If that's the experience you had, that's what it represents.
So just keep doing what I'm doing.
Just keep acting on your highest excitement and your senses will keep expanding appropriately.
And
Yes.
related to that, maybe,
Yes.
maybe not.
Yes, yes, yes.
When I take pictures with different cameras,
Yes.
this small green kind of orb,
Sometimes your technology can pick up on interdimensional kinds of other energies.
so
It can be representative of a spirit, it can be representative of a probe, it can be representative of simply natural energy formations and phenomenology. It can be representative of many different things. You would have to take it on a case-by-case basis.
okay,
Does that help?
it does.
Anything else?
Probably, but I just can't think right now.
All right.
Of
Well,
one.
then please be off and enjoy your globes immensely.
Thank you, Bashar.
Thank you.
Can I draw another name?
One.
Aga la Magica?